Hello. Welcome everyone to another episode of the Role Playing Guys. This is Spencer hopping in here for another quick intro. As you know, this is session 2 of season 6 of the Flying Circus, the mini game series that we are playing courtesy of Erica Chapel. Shout out to Erica Chapel. Thank you so much for sending us your game to test out. If you want to find more awesome stuff by Erica, you can check out her Twitter handle, open_sketchbook. Again, that is open_sketchbook on Twitter. She posts a lot of awesome stuff from everything that she's creating. She focuses a lot on this game, and with a rulebook over 300 pages, it makes sense. This has been a very thorough creation that she has put together. It is awesome. In other news, don't forget to follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You can find us at The Roleplaying Guys. You can also email us if you want to get in contact, rolepg13@gmail.com, or you could check us out on our website, rolepg13.com. I'm starting a new work schedule, so our recording timeline might be a little skewed, but I don't think that's going to affect the output of the episodes and when we're actually releasing them. But just as a heads up, in case there is any sort of delay, instead of our usual Tuesdays at 10, it might be a little bit later than that. And that's 10 o'clock Mountain Standard Time in the United States. Also, thank you so much to our patrons over the land of Patreon. You guys are the best. Brad, Jules, and Steven, you are the lead to our mechanical pencils. Without you, we'd just be a really fancy creation that doesn't actually accomplish anything. That's all I have. As usual, I'm going to give the normal advice to check out the World Health Organization website. They have everything that you need to know about the coronavirus and the pandemic outbreak. Their advice is from the experts in the field, so they know what they're talking about. Again, please do not get your information from conspiracy theorists or just idiots. Just get it from the people who know what they're talking about. They always say, wash your hands, cover your coughs, social distance, do what you can to really flatten this curve and not overwhelm the healthcare system. That's really the biggest concern with this pandemic. Make sure that we're doing our part, not just to protect ourselves, but everybody else. Be a good global citizen. That's all I have to say. Let's get to the episode.
A Pilot's Creed. 1. I will always secure my advantages before I attack. 2. When I attack, I will see it through to the end. 3. I will fire my machine gun up close, and only when I am sure to land hits. 4. I will never lose sight of my enemy. 5. I will always approach my enemy from behind. 6. When the enemy dives upon me, I will not flee. I will fly up to meet him. 7. When the fight breaks into duels, I will not chase a plane my comrade has in their sights. 8. When I am high above hostile lands, I will always remember the way home.
Well, that's really good.
All right, welcome everyone to another exciting episode of the Role Playing Guys. Session 2 of Flying Circus. Oh gosh, headphones. Honey, stop walking away. It's just... There
You
we
don't
go.
lie, I can't see.
Not the first time he said that to her.
Wow, okay. Anyway, yeah, I guess we needed some light in our room.
You'll
but
get that joke next time when you listen to the episode.
I'm sure I will. Anyway. Yes, welcome back. I'm Nick, the GM for the Flying Circus portion of this season. With me is the Skyborn Indira, being played by Rebecca.
Hey.
Then we also have the soldier, not Oscar, Wolfgang, being played by Tyler.
Buongiorno.
And then finally we have, last but not least, although some may think he's least, but he's not, we have Oscar the Worker, who's not as grouchy as you might think, being played by Spencer.
If I'm the least, how come you're the one playing a character named Trent? Case closed.
Again, I'm playing a character named
Closed.
Carl, and I'm playing every other character, and not a single one of them is named Trent.
Except for the one that you're playing.
Except for that one. Mr. Carl
Guys,
Trent.
I thought it made a good middle name, okay? Please stop. Anyway, looking into... whatever. Anyway, Tyler, would you like to do the honors of a recap?
Yeah, I took notes, so I can do that.
When you listen to the episode back, you were just taking notes on it.
It's like, freak, I'm going to have to do this recap here.
Professor Torton is requiring this of me.
So
That's
we
my dad's
began our adventure. We are somewhere out in the middle of nowhere where our base is. Basically, Trent gave us a mission that there was a nearby town that was having issues with a dragon terrorizing the city or the town. I can't remember which one it is. I think
village.
Is it a village?
Yeah, they're the village people.
The village people. So we started our engines. We flew out in our biplanes, and we found a weird clockwork machine that may or might not be part of the Austrian Empire, which is my arch enemy. So after that, we arrived to the city. We met Garen at the Nutcracker house, where Oscar had a great tour and learned a lot about nutcrackers.
Definitely worth it.
Then me and is it Indira or is it Zendira?
Indira.
I have no idea where you got Zendira from.
I feel like I wrote it down before and it was Zendira, but I don't know.
No, you're thinking of Zendaya.
I'm gonna erase the Z.
I think you need to rewrite the stars.
Oh.
So me and Indira went to Mona's place. We talked to her kind of about the specifics of the mission, and she said that it was a big 25-foot tall dragon that doesn't fly but jumps and has some kind of manipulation or powers in the forest. Could be a fae of some kind. So she gave us some clues to how to find it, and then we went to the inn, got wasted, and fought some people, and then we came back. That sound good, I think?
You fought people. You fought person.
So yeah, that's everything.
Cool. I will also add that Mona did tell you a little bit about herself as well, that she was a princess of the old world.
Princess of Grenswick.
I think she said Princess Nuka, princess of the Nuka household. Yeah, I don't remember saying that or whatever that. Did you say Brunswick?
What? Yeah, Grenswick.
I don't remember saying
Estate. Grenswick Estate.
That's what it was. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Your notes.
I'm sorry. So what I thought was I thought you said Brunswick, and I'm like, I did not say that.
There's one other thing that I wanted to point out. Garen said that the dragon had a big mouth.
Yes.
That
was apparently really important.
That was an important thing.
That was something that he heard. But yeah.
And other people think
important.
Other people think that the spirit of the forest or dragon might be a good thing, might not be a good thing. Split opinion, but not very strong ones.
Probably, yeah. And like you got the sense that like not many people have ever seen it, and those who have don't really like people are not really inclined to trust those who claim they have seen it. Oh my gosh.
It's Pete's dragon. Only children have seen it. Holy crap. Gosh. Nick, you've ruined this. Spoilers.
I didn't say anything about Pete's dragon.
It's Pete's dragon.
It's already confirmed.
Anyway.
Fan theory confirmed.
Anyway, you guys, you decided to spend the night. Pretty much like we ended the night in the end of last session, and it's morning now, and you guys were thinking of going back to your planes and flying back to headquarters to report to Carl and kind of like decide what you want to do with the situation. If you want to take other aircraft, or if you want to whatever.
So yeah, that is a good idea. Actually, now that I guess I should probably talk in character voice. Now that we have talked with enough people in the town to realize that it could not be, maybe it's not a bad dragon. We might want to go and, I don't know if you can talk to the dragon. You can talk to the fae. What do you think, Indira?
I don't. Wait, why me talk to the dragon?
You can
What do you
fly, and
think?
dragons can normally fly.
That's true. That is true.
Pretty much, if you can fly, you pretty much know everybody else who can fly, right? That's
Yep.
how it works. All you people know each other.
Not even a little bit, no.
I'm pretty sure that's it.
I think so too.
You walk. Does that mean you know about everything and everyone that can walk?
Look,
Yes.
I've met quite a few people here. Not to say that I know them all, but I know a lot of them.
And it doesn't fly, it just jumps. That makes it a ground pounder, which makes it your problem.
She's got a point.
Wow, so sassy. But we have the two options. We can go and fly the airplanes to attack the dragon, or we can go into the forest on foot and maybe negotiate with the spirit of the forest or the guardian or whatever the people call it.
You're the boss.
If you don't mind me saying, do we have to kill it? Is that a requirement?
It was not
Listening
required.
back to the episode, it sounded like it wasn't necessary to kill it. You just had to drop enough bombs in the area, and Mona would think that was good.
Because
But I don't know that. That's
Mona would
meta-knowledge.
because
That's
Mona
not
would
my
assume
information.
that it was dead.
Well, we can always drive it off in hopes that it never comes back.
It doesn't make one way of a difference. I just want to get paid.
Yeah.
I think we should just kill it, fly our airplanes and attack.
Okay.
No remorse.
No remorse.
Who-
We have a job, Koska. We must finish the job.
Who are we to stand in the way of progress?
Exactly.
The grinding gears of industrialization stop for no man, woman, child, or anything else.
Or leaping dragon.
Or leaping dragon.
Well, we can
Or
also...
spirit of the forest, or spirit of whoever cares.
All right, so let's go get the planes. We will begin to fly over the forest, and I guess we will pick a fight with the dragon. Do you think we should go get the bomber?
Maybe we should fly over where the dragon is, the area it's supposed to be in, see if we can kind of scout it out, and then get the bomber.
That is the big brain time. Yes.
I'm sorry, are you German or are you French?
I don't know. I'm just going.
There's
I feel like there's a
Z's
little bit of
in
Russian
language.
getting in there as well.
I'm bad at accents. I'm really pushing myself here.
Hey, at least you weren't called out on Instagram for sucking.
That was really funny.
Yeah,
Especially when you
Yeah.
sent the whole "suck it, Tyler," and I was like, "Oh, that's his vengeance." This is a karma.
Anyway, but yeah, you all were talking about this in the at the inn, and
What was the name of the inn?
Did I give it a name?
No, you didn't.
I don't.
I didn't think I did. No, I'm
The Rat King's Tavern.
Rat King. This is not like not everything's about nutcrackers here. It's just that one house / museum.
And they use nuts as a form of...
Well,
And they
yeah,
use
they
walnuts.
they use nuts, sure, but
The squeaky nut.
oh boy. How about this?
The Chestnut Inn.
No, it's called the Sky Castle Inn.
The Sky Castle. That is a good name.
Sure.
2
it is.
acorns.
Not impressed.
Wolfgang goes to his airplane.
You guys are going to your airplanes.
Yeah, I'm gonna head over to my
Okay.
plane.
You guys go. I'm assuming everyone else is following.
Oh, yeah. Get me
Yeah,
out
in
of
a line.
here.
All right. You all hop back onto your biplanes, and
Switch on!
Switch.
I assume
Okay, so how
Oscar
do we
has
do
to be
this?
the one who's rotating them.
you
So how does
actually.
this work?
Oh yeah. So probably
Because
yeah. So probably for
think
this,
about it.
So probably for this, you would probably go up to the innkeeper and say, "Hey, we're about to take off, and you know anyone who can."
Let us figure this out, Nick. Stop playing for me.
Sorry. You guys asked. I was off. Whatever. Go for it.
I think what we should do is Oscar will do the R2 planes, and then he'll have to get on his own. You'll have to get it spinning enough that you can turn on the engine and then spin it again, and then jump into your plane while it's moving.
I did toss my keys to the young person who was in the lot already, so I'll just talk to him.
Yeah.
Good idea.
All right.
I'm out of here.
Look, Ricky, if you don't
My
mind.
name's not Ricky, but what?
It's interesting. It's just that your sweatshirt says Ricky on it. I would assume that you're Ricky, unless you got this from somebody else.
No, this is my uncle. This is my uncle's jacket.
Ah, so you're little Ricky.
No,
You're little
not.
Richard.
No,
He's little Ricky.
You're little Richard.
No.
That's
He's
interesting.
little Ricky.
Would you mind giving me a start on the plane?
Oh, yeah. That's a thing that.
What did
needs
you
to happen.
think I meant?
I don't know. Like, thought you were gonna go on a race or something. I don't know. Yeah, sure. I can help you guys out.
Rick Jr.'s
he's a
not
great
the
boy.
brightest crayon in the box.
He's a little slow.
Little Richard, here, don't spend it all in one place. And I toss him a handful of miscellaneous nuts.
Ooh, cashews. This is great stuff. Thanks. Using the move contact. When you take off. You guys all he helps you out with all of your plans, and each of you. And he tells you contact, and each of you need to respond.
Switch on!
Switch on!
Switch on.
There we go. Increase your RPM by 1 on all engines, and set your speed to the lowest max speed in the squadron, and climb to a chosen altitude.
Max speed is 15.
You want to go 15?
15 for everyone.
All right. So again, the inner circle is the tens place, while the outer circle is the ones place.
Wait, what? The inner circle.
The inner circle is the tens place, so you'd have a 1. You'd have 1 marked there, and then the outer circle is the ones place. You'd have the 5 marked.
Oh, interesting.
That's because the outer circle is the one that moves more often, and so you'd be,
Oh, that makes sense. It seems
makes sense.
It's tough. I think one thing to note is it seems like with that, unless you have really souped up planes, you aren't going to use much of the inner circle.
Right.
You're just going to be on that first toggle.
So maybe have a semicircle.
Right.
Or just increase what the max airspeed is. Instead of using actual kilometers per hour, have it be your own system.
Alright, and then our max altitude is 29.
So you guys get to choose how high you want to go up.
We can go to let's go half. Let's just go 10.
All right.
I want to go somewhere over the rainbow.
Well, I mean, that's not too high, is it?
It's way up high.
Yeah. So I know that we didn't exactly do all of these steps last time, but again,
So where do I set my
15?
We have been
altitude?
learning a
I'm
little
going
bit as we go,
15.
and hopefully, but yeah.
Where do I set my altitude? To what?
Altitude 15.
Altitude
I
is
thought-
15 too?
Airspeed is 15. Altitude was 10.
I'm doing both 15ers.
Wow. one. Okay, so it looks like Indira's also doing 15 for altitude.
I'll do 14. Go below him.
14. Okay.
She's going one below.
I'm going 14, 15, 16,
Oh yeah,
15,
the move also
14,
says make
15,
engine
16,
noises as
15.
appropriate.
Mine
Actually,
is a
it
whisper.
says see page 279, so I want to look at that page again to see exactly what it says.
What noises are
engine
appropriate for
sounds.
airplanes?
Oh yeah, actually, every engine sounds different, and pilots quickly learn to identify them when they hear them. Every kind of engine, every
Interesting.
mount, and so forth has different sounds. It kind of explains how engines are, and so rotary engines Add the rapid rotation of the unit into the mix, which distorts the sound into a high-pitched buzzsaw scream as each cylinder fires in turn, and so forth.
Can I change my sound?
What did you have in mind?
Is it a cat?
I
Yeah,
don't
now
know,
it's a cat.
I don't know if I like that.
It just does that repeatedly the entire
I get
trip.
the sense that this game, like, obviously there's a fantasy element of it, but this game does try to be fairly faithful to, like, World War One aviation technology. And
Haven't you ever been on a 737? That's exactly how they sound.
So you seem to assume that 737s were there around in World War II. World War One, sorry.
Sorry.
But anyway.
A biplane.
I just think it's really cool that this game has like a page that explains, like, as a general rule, engine sounds like this. With this kind of engine, add this kind of sound. With this kind of engine, add this kind of sound. I think that's really cool. Like, props to them. They clearly, props to Erica Chappell, the writer of this. They've clearly done their research, and anyone else who helped contribute to this, of course. All right, so you guys fly up northward towards the forest where the dragon, or the spirit of the forest, apparently is. And you fly around. What do you want to do while you're out there? If you want to
Air patrol.
So when you lead the squadron on a search, choose one of you to lead the air patrol.
What is it's comm? I have a +2 in comm.
+3.
Ooh.
Yeah, you should lead it.
Indira's gonna lead.
Yeah, roll
the
2d10
pack.
plus and add your calm.
Okay.
Oh, good thing you did, because I did not. Okay.
Oof, that hit the dice. I'm gonna roll down here.
Oh, I should have rolled. I did so hot.
There
Ooh.
we go. 16 plus 3, so that makes 19.
Wow. All right. On a 16 plus, you find what you were looking for. So you guys were... what exactly were you looking for, by the way?
Eternal life.
I thought...
The large growing trees, right?
Yeah, we were scouting out to see if we could figure out where the dragon
Spirit of the forest, please.
Yeah. Yes, you see an abnormal growth of vegetation in the middle of the forest. There's one particularly huge tree that just twice as tall as any other tree. Really sticks out in the canopy there. So there you go.
Does it look like a dragon?
It looks like a very large tree.
It looks
At
like a
least from your
vertical
vantage-
log.
At least from your...
Is it jumping?
At least unless you wanted to fly closer or land somewhere and investigate. There's not much else I can tell you.
I'll fly a little closer.
Yeah, we're all gonna get closer. At least me.
Okay.
Going in to take a closer look.
Okay, I want to see if there's any move with that kind of thing.
Get closer.
With getting closer.
Approach.
You could do an altitude adjustment.
That is possible. That is a...
You could do a...
Let me look here.
Bail out. You could jump down out of your plane.
So there's altitude adjustment there. Bail out.
I'm going to take the Overwatch.
There's going down. Overwatch.
Going down
That's what
is
I'm
when
gonna
you're
do.
forced down.
Oh, that's when
Like
you're
when
forced
you're
down.
shot
That's
down.
right.
That causes
Yeah.
me stress. I'm not doing that.
So Overwatch is when you're watching over a friend, like when a companion is doing something and you're covering them, basically.
That is what
or you're helping
Wolfgang
them.
is going to do while Indira is going down to check it out.
I wasn't sure if there was a move specifically for, like, flying close to something. Maybe there is and I haven't found it yet. But yeah, go ahead and so Tyler, explain again, or maybe in more detail, what Wolfgang is doing with the Overwatch move.
So basically, he's going to watch the skies around Indira while she flies closer. So if there's other planes, or if like the dragon decides to attack, he's just going to be ready to swoop down and fire.
You're basically, as other games might put it, you're kind of like holding your action, you're preparing yourself. But yeah, Overwatch specifically, it says when you watch over a friend, it says hold 1. and you can spend that 1 to do one of 3 things. Help or hinder one of your friend's moves, place yourself between them and a pursuer, or drop on the tail of their pursuer, no roll required. And so, what you're doing doesn't necessarily, maybe the help move or something, but essentially you're readying yourself. Okay?
Yes.
And what does Indira want to do?
Get
Exactly.
closer. I want to get closer,
Get
and see
closer.
if I can see what's going on.
it.
All right.
Do
So,
I want to know what it is.
I want to know.
I wanna know. Can it shine now?
Oh my gosh.
I want to know about these people like me.
Oh god.
How about this? Eyeball. Eyeball is a good move for this. So when you scan around you, ask one of the following questions or devise a new one, and then roll plus keen minus blind spots.
Where's blind spot?
Frick?
Maybe visibility?
I think it has something to do with visibility. Let me look at that real quick here. I guess like as a mechanical term, I don't see any other place that blind spot is said. So I guess we're going to use whatever modifier your visibility is. So I believe your plane visibility is 0, so you don't add anything to you. So anyway, questions.
Visibility.
Again, there's a list of where have they gone, what is that, who is that, what is hidden there, where is their weak point. Probably what is hidden there is what you want. Okay.
Sounds good.
So roll keen. So roll and add keen and also add or subtract visibility, which for you is 0.
12 minus 1, so 11. That's not great.
Regardless if you roll, the GM gives an answer and you take advantage. So you're going to take an advantage forward to react. So your next roll, when you're reacting, you get advantage on it.
Cool.
Like you get to roll an additional d10 and keep a higher one. You got a 12, you said?
Yep. Not great.
On a 16,
Not terrible.
on a 16 plus, the answer puts you in a position of strength. On a miss, the answer is one you don't want to hear.
Oh.
Okay, so you roll less than 16.
Oh,
As you fly around the big tree, you hear this very huge, loud, bellowing roar that you
Like?
can. I'm not going to try it. I don't know. I can't do it justice. I really can't. But there's just bellowing roar that you can almost feel your plane rattling because of this roar. You can't, however, looking around, you can't see the exact source of it, but you know it was somewhere inside that large tree.
It's an invisible sound.
More like hidden, not invisible.
It's a
Invisible dragon.
dragon.
Well, I'm going back. I guess
Okay.
Glass dragon. Glass dragon.
we will continue on our merry little way back to the ship.
Is there anything else any of the rest of you want to do here?
I'm gonna ask Indira in classic sign language, which is, did you see anything?
What did your skyborn eyes see?
I didn't see anything, but it sure can roar.
Well, there you go. Are we back yet? Did we fly home?
Are we there yet?
I'll say sure. Yeah, you make it there. I'm not gonna have you guys do like rolls or anything for it. Or actually, what I will do is like every single one of you heard that roar, so I'm gonna have each of you take 1 point of stress for hearing that.
Gosh,
Oh,
dang it.
wow, that was so
Last it all.
so stressful.
I'm at 3 already.
All right.
Dude, you're gonna be up at 5 at the end of the flight.
You guys land.
Wait, time out,
actually,
time out. On the way home, I want to discover beauty.
Ooh.
This is generally a move that the GM pushes on you people, on the players.
Where does it
But-
say that?
Is it not? Hold on.
I think it's if you explain it well enough, then you get it.
This move is for when the GM describes a breathtaking landscape. It's up to you as a player when this move kicks in. Okay, so when you feel
You're
that,
some-
like, what...
You're supposed to describe what we're seeing, and then we can be taken
You're
away.
fast-
All right.
For me, it was just him fast forwarding that did it for me. That took my breath away. Skipping over the Studio Ghibli landscapes. It just...
I'm sorry. All right. Okay. You fly back over, and the forest gives way to the rolling plains that you are generally so very familiar with. You can kind of, if you squint on your left and right side, you can see you can sort of see a sliver of the ocean on each side, giving you a pretty good view of the wide vastness of the continent or the country of Himmelgard. And as you keep flying farther south, the hills get a little more pronounced. You know, if you were to fly farther south, the mountains would start appearing, but you know that your hangar is before that point.
So, real quick, I packed up and hightailed it out of that town. Does that count as me venting? My vent is...
I love how everyone's like trying to vent.
So one of your vents, it says get your stuff packed and move on to the next town right now. That tells me a sense of urgency. I didn't sense any urgency.
Okay, I felt like in the morning I was like, I'm out.
Got it.
But that's okay.
You guys did spend some time chatting about your mission, though.
Fair enough. I will...
If you guys hadn't done that, like
if we hadn't dilly-dallied.
If Indira was more insistent, like if I actually heard Indira insisting on like, guys, can we leave?
Good to know.
So there you go. But yeah, Discover Beauty is not necessarily like a casual move that you should rely on. But if you truly do feel like your character would be moved by the ever shifting scenery, in this particular flight, then I will allow you to lose 1 stress for it.
I think in general, Oscar still, as he's getting used to flying, it's still just like a really fascinating experience to him.
I would certainly accept that. I think that's a very good response. If there's nothing else, you guys land back at the hangar because this was I think I had you guys like take stress when you landed at the town, but I don't think landing at the hangar would cause as much stress. I guess it isn't entirely clear to me. I guess it has to do with that whole routine thing, right? When you end the routine, maybe I should have had you take your stress at this point, but with flying the plane. So we're going to ignore that. You guys took some stress with the roar in the tree anyway. You arrive at the hangar. All's well. And you see the workers there. They start doing their post-flight maintenance checks and everything. And you can see Carl there in his office as well.
Carl, we found the dragon. Trent.
You sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger now.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. We are going to fight the dragon.
I should do this from now on. Now I like this much more. Well, we found the dragon. We probably will need the heavy explosives to kill this thing.
Very good. I believe the heavy bomber is indeed ready to go. If that is what you wish to use.
Oh yeah.
And you are able to talk with Mona.
Yes, she was a cranky woman.
Cranky? Well, she is. She is all business at this point. This is apparently a very important task for her. I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe she has a vendetta or something out there. Maybe the dragon did something to the Nuka family. I don't know, but or to the Grensvik estate.
Do we know anything about what's going on? When we talked to some people there, they gave us a little bit of information, but in general...
Wait, talking to people?
Yeah, you told us to talk to people when we left.
Right, yes. What more did you learn?
It's apparently the spirit of the forest. It might be a gardener, or a creature, or a dragon.
Okay, that's just nonsense. I'm just going to say that right now. It's folklore. I trust Mona as a business partner, a lot more than a bunch of fairy tales or anecdotes from the local townspeople.
Yeah, I mean, what would people who have been living there all their lives know? Good point, Trent.
What? What did you call me?
Trent.
Oh, it's a new nickname.
Okay. Carl stands up and he says, "Okay, I want you to understand something. Maybe I should have made this clear when we began this whole spirit flying circus. My name is Carl Trenton Webern, and I actually, Wolfgang, you should know this. I actually despise the name Trent. All right, I had a friend with that name in the old world, the old empire. Such a jerk. All right, I do not want to hear that name in this business. You understand me?"
Why was he your friend?
Very long.
You should
story.
have known.
Very, very, very long story. But anyway, I'm sorry. I shouldn't let it get to me. I've had a history with this person. I'm sure they're doing well for themselves, but but that's in the past. So anyway, did you need anything else from me? Any other information or approval for anything?
What's his last name?
Who's last name?
Carl?
Webern.
My last name?
Out of game.
You're asking.
Sorry, what's his last name?
Webern.
Webern. Okay.
Like it looks like Webern, but it's Webern.
Webern.
Yeah.
Oh, I do have my expense report from... I had to take a tour of the Nutcracker house when I was there. So here you go. Here are my receipts. It cost a few nuts, but I figured I could be reimbursed.
Reimbursed? Just, you could buy like barrels of nuts with a single thaler. You know that, right?
I hand him the receipts and I go, "Not my job. I fly the planes."
Fine, I'll take these receipts. He grabs them and they kind of crumple in his fist, and he drops them. He opens a drawer in his desk and drops them in there and said, "All right, that's there with all my financial reports," and he closes it.
Wolfgang, who do I have to talk to file a complaint with HR?
Actually, I am the HR person, so you must talk with me.
Since when? I thought I was doing HR, Wolfgang. I thought we talked about this.
I have a more down to earth personality.
He's more of a people person.
I honestly have a hard time believing that.
Yeah, I do too. I just basically tell people to step it up
and everything. Was it you, Wolfgang? Was it?
Yes.
I want you to get your lying face out of my office unless there's something else you need me for.
Oh, Carl, do not get the pouty face, huh?
It's not my pouty face, Wolfgang, and you know that.
Oh,
this
I know
my
this.
Business face.
Carl, have you heard of a giant clockwork man that has the insignias of Ostia, kind of trampling around?
Giant clockwork man. Insignia of Ostia? Really?
Yes, it had the diamonds and the hearts, clubs, all that kind of jazz that they use.
It had diamonds on the soles of its shoes. Anyone?
You didn't even...
No, I don't understand.
Paul
that
Simon reference. Deep cut.
I don't know who that is.
Kind of anachronistic, but anyway.
I am not cultured.
Anyway, giant clock... Well, I guess it would make sense if there would be some wandering around out there. I don't know. Nothing like that remains from the Austrian Empire itself, though, to my knowledge. I mean, anyone can paint a diamond or a spade or something on something and call it Austrian, right?
I do not believe it.
Well, if it's any concern to you, I'm sure you don't need to use all of your bombs on the dragon.
I like the way you think, Carl. Yes.
Well, anyway,
it's
none of our concern, unless, of course, it interferes with our business. But to get this job done, I'm sure there won't be any hitches with it. So
sweet. Does anyone else want to do anything before we go back?
I'm gonna grab some snacks out of the kitchen.
What are you grabbing?
You have the munchies.
Some nuts to snack on.
Come on. How about like a Twinkie or something?
No, like a nice mix of like some dried fruits and nuts.
Trail mix.
Yeah, but not the nasty raisin stuff.
With M&Ms in there.
And like not raisins, other dried fruit.
But you only eat M&Ms.
Isn't that what everyone does with trail mix, though? Let's be real.
Yes.
You know what I do with
the
trail
M&Ms
mix?
and
I don't eat it. It's just bad.
Just buy the M&Ms. Save yourself the trouble.
Exactly. Who am I kidding?
All right. What do you want to do now?
I'm gonna grill up a nice rare steak. Gonna set up a table on the runway.
The mechanics, the other people start noticing you're cooking, and the mechanics are like, "Ooh, is this some sort of like barbecue or something? What's going on here?"
You may join me only if you stop talking.
While he's doing that, can I go for a fly in my what's it called?
Completely shirk the mission.
Sure.
I'm trying to unwind here, man. I got lots of stress.
Yeah, I'm going for a fly in my wingsuit while he's eating his food.
I'm taking a shot of whiskey while I'm doing this so I can get some vices going, man.
I'm gonna go to my house and pick up my cats from
Daycare?
Yeah, from Jameson. He's my neighbor that takes care of them. And I'm gonna show them the little nutcrackers that I got them.
Oh.
Okay, so if you are indulging in vice, let's see, when you indulge in a vice, add +1 to the vice track, and then face consequences in the form of ongoing disadvantage or a GM move. And then when you go back to the same vice again, so if this is the second time you're going to the same vice in this adventure, take 1 miss forward until the end of the night.
Well, luckily we're eating till the end of the night, so... Oh, yeah.
All right. And then I guess none of you are doing unfamiliar vices, so...
No.
It says the third time you engage in the same vice, it becomes familiar.
Well, I guess the ones you start with... Oh, sorry. I guess the ones you do start with are familiar
I imagine
vices
they
already.
would be familiar, yeah. It's like if for some reason you indulged in something else, then yeah, there you go.
So then we just need to do our end of night rolls, see if we can get rid of some stress.
Yeah. Go for it.
At least I'm going to try to, at least. So
Wait, how do we do
you roll the...
So you roll 1d20 for each... So roll a d20 for each mark on the vice track, and then you clear the track. Take +1 for each attendant in the company.
well, how many mechanics are with me?
Let me see here. I have the roster right here. There would be 3 mechanics.
3 mechanics. Nice. I got a 25.
Wow.
So on an 11 to 15, remove 1 stress.
So it's for each dice.
Yeah, if you got a 16 or higher, remove 2 stress.
Oh.
And also a miss is a 1 through 10.
I got a
Okay,
miss.
gotcha.
So if you get 3 or more misses, then you choose 1 from a list below.
Okay, then I'm good.
Then I just got 2 stress taken out, so...
All right.
I'm less...
So they're relieving stress because they're indulging in vices, right?
Right. Well, yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
because when you indulge in vices, again, you get a tick mark on the vice track, and then at the end of the night, you get to roll a d20 for each mark you made on the vice track.
And each d20 that you roll results in what?
On 11 to 15, you remove 1 stress, and a 16 plus, you remove 2 stress. A roll of 1 to 10 is a miss. If you get 3 or more misses, then something happens on a list that I have.
Oh, okay.
So you become like addicted, or you
might be immune to a
Get
vice you
tons of
indulge, or you
stress.
might get a lot of stress. Yeah.
All right, so that's... And then after that, I'm going to stay the whole night awake because I do not enjoy sleeping.
Will that be
I'm
all?
ready
Shall
to
we go
fly.
to the next day?
Let's go. Let's fly.
All right, dawn of the next day. You arrive there, and yeah, once again, you so the 3 biplanes that you've been flying, they're in tip-top shape. But you did talk about taking the bomber if you wanted. So, and the bomber has 3 seats actually, 1 for the pilot and 1 each for the 2 gun ports. So all 3 of you could fly the bomber if you wanted.
Or I can use my 4 crew members to fly the bomber.
You could do that if you wanted.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Look, I don't ride in anybody else's plane. That's not my style.
Yeah, I'm with, I never thought I'd say this. I'm with Oscar on that
No,
one.
you're not with me. You're in your own plane. We just said this.
Alright, so Wolfgang plus two guns people are taking the heavy bomber, while Oscar and Jira are each taking a biplane.
Yes.
Oui.
Alright, let us commence with the so the attendants help you out with starting the planes, and they say contact.
Switch on.
Switch on.
All right, RPM goes up by 1 on your on each of your engines. So for the heavy bomber, there's 2 engines, so it's 1 RPM up for each of them. And
As it
guys, figure out what
belches
speed
flame.
and altitude you want to be at.
Belches flame and smoke. Disgusting bomber.
Let's just go to 15 again.
15 speed.
We'll go 15 speed, and we'll go 15 altitude.
All right.
Agreed.
I don't know how fast it is, but we're going.
We're going 15.
We're going 15 here.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
You guys start flying up to the northern forests. About halfway up there, though, you hear the roar of airplane engines,
Oh no.
and you see 3 airplanes. They weren't trying to be sneaky or anything. They're just kind of like flying in plain sight towards you guys. They're not hidden in clouds or whatever. And so each of the 3 planes has red-tipped wings, but the one in the middle is entirely red with like some white stripes, while the one on the left is mostly yellow with some black stripes, and the one on the right is mostly red. It is mostly white, sorry. So the middle one is all red. The one on the left is mostly yellow with some black with red wingtips. The one on the right is mostly white with red wingtips.
Do we know this gang? Does it seem familiar?
Good question. I'll have each of you roll plus keen, I think is what this would be.
Cute.
11?
Nice. I got 18.
What did Rebecca get?
I got 4.
that face is like laughing.
Okay.
She's just off in her own world right now.
So, and Spencer, you got 11,
so pretty.
right?
Yeah, I got an 11.
Okay. Spencer, so Oscar doesn't really recognize these people, unsurprisingly. Wolfgang does, and I'll explain that in a minute, but Indira,
Crashes.
no.
into a cloud.
Like, she's not sure who these people are, but like the certain colorizations of these brings back some really bad memories, so she takes 1 point of stress for this.
Oh,
Upon seeing them.
oh, that sucks.
Okay, so Wolfgang recognizes this as, he recognizes the middle one, certainly.
Fox McCloud.
Oh my gosh, we're screwed.
Oh gosh, that would have been so
Is there a
great. Why
Peppy?
didn't I think of that? No, what this actually is this person calls themselves the Red Baron, and they always have some sort of like small squad or something. Really notorious for being especially daring and just kind of obnoxious, especially just like in the air, and also just kind of an obnoxious grating like arrogant personality in general as well. But again, Wolfgang does not recognize the yellow plane or the white plane, but he does recognize the Red Baron.
Oh, that guy is a total dick.
But yeah, so the Red Baron like takes some warning shots. He's not actually trying to shoot, so I'm not going to make any rolls or have anyone make any rolls or anything. But kind of like they all have biplanes, by the way. He shoots some machine guns in your direction, and then starts to like fly under you guys, and then kind of they all turn around, and he takes out.
Are we engaging?
But then, like as they turn around, as he gets within like shouting distance, and I say shouting distance because he had like some sort of like megaphone sort of thing. And he says, I should have known it was you, Wolfgang. You may not remember me from the war, but it is I, the Red Baron. How are you today?
Hello. Can you not fly around us? Go away.
Oh, we can certainly arrange that. Have to make you guys make some hard landings though. I think you guys are off to. We've been hired by some people to make sure you don't do whatever you're doing. So, not sure what you're doing, but need to stop you before you get to the forest. That's all I know. You got a heavy bomber there. So
he's about as competent as he was in the war. So.
So I think myself and Charlie and Snoops over here are gonna have to take care of it.
Oh my god! How about this? You go in front and you lead us to where we need to land.
Rebecca knocked out my earpiece. All right, say it again, please.
All right, Trent. I know it's you, Trent. How about this? You go fly in front of us. That way we know where you want us to land. How about that?
You sure you don't want to make this an epic dogfight? Come on.
No, trust me. You go in front. Go in front of us.
Snoops especially is really itching for a good dogfight.
I'm signaling to my crew when they pass in front of us, unload on them.
Okay. I don't think I'm gonna put my people in such a vulnerable and compromising position.
I don't know where you want us to land. We have to follow you.
Land right now, man.
No. Where do you want us to land? Yeah, huh?
Just land right now. We can talk about
I'm
it.
gonna press this issue.
Have a good dogfight. No, shut up. No, shut up, Charlie. We want a dogfight. We don't want to talk with them. I know you're a pacifist, but no, just go with it, please.
All right, we're gonna shoot them.
They're above. So here's what's going on.
I'm shooting. I'm flipping my plane, trying to flip my plane in such a way that I can aim at one of them.
Okay, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with engage. Yes,
engage.
Exactly.
No, I'm going in though. I'm over this.
Yes. I'm over this.
No, they're over you. Anyway.
Nope, I got a 14, so I'm getting altitude advantage.
Okay, so before combat, one player rolls 2d10s. On a hit, choose one. So which one of you is going to roll? I guess Spencer already rolled, so... Mm-hmm. So, what did you get, Spencer, again? Sorry?
I got an 11.
So you get to choose one from the following list. Either start with altitude advantage, spot the enemy and act while they are unaware, catch the enemy spread out, come in behind your foe.
What do you guys want? I think number 2. I think that would be great.
Spot the enemy and act while they're on.
Pick come in behind them.
I'm afraid I can't. I'm gonna say probably come in behind.
Well,
that'd be better. Well, we're already talking with them.
They wouldn't know that.
Oh, that would actually be really funny, actually. So, they're talking to us and they're arguing with each other, and then also we just book it.
Since you did succeed, Spencer, I would allow that.
Fine, we'll take come in from behind. We just slow down a little bit, let them pass, and then we just.
Okay, so also the enemy also gets to choose one on the list. So I'm gonna have them have altitude advantage. They're higher than you. Let's see. Is there something about initiative, who's going next? I've been having a hard time finding that.
I don't remember. I think we just all go first.
I'm not seeing anything about initiative order.
No, I don't either.
This can be done. Let's see. The important part is for players to describe what they do, and then you use as many or as few maneuvers described to resolve it. Good cutoff point is that the players can't make more than one distinct attack run. They can't run away from the fight and come back in one go. Okay, so I guess combat is a bit loose. You can say, for instance, I want to escape while diving far enough to recoup my lost speed. In this case, you might dogfight plus keen to escape, and afterward choose how far. Okay.
This is gonna be rough.
So here's what we're gonna do. I will have each of you do something, then I'll have each of them do something, and we'll go from there. How does that sound?
Yeah.
So I'll let you guys. So kind of like with Wrath and Glory, I'll let you guys choose the order between who wants to go first among you and things like that.
I will not go first. Because I'm slow.
Not it.
Okay.
What does Oscar do, Spencer?
So I guess
You guys are behind, but they're above you. I'm going to say they're at altitude 16, and you guys are at altitude 15.
so. I have to pull up, right?
Yeah, because the machine guns on the biplanes are only single directional.
Okay, so it's not pull up because that's when you're in a steep dive or out of an attack. So I don't think it would be that.
There's draw a bead, which is carefully lining a shot.
Or you could dogfight, chase them, make an attack, line up a shot.
Yeah, dogfight or
Draw a bead. It's probably
draw a
aiming.
bead.
Yeah,
I think dogfight is a good general one, as far as I'm aware.
Yes.
I think I'm just
Gonna
gonna do open fire. Actually,
Dogfight, here we go. When you battle another plane for dominance, spend speed equal to your turn bleed plus speed factor, then choose one. Chase them, make an attack, line up a shot, and then or escape a bad spot, bait them, defend, turn the tables on your pursuer.
So it's not quite what we're doing here. Well, I guess chase them.
Well, if
make
you
an
wanted to-
attack.
is there an order that you have to do this in? Do you have to do like engage in dogfight and then whatever?
So engage was like the engage move was to help set up
Mm-hmm.
where people were and everything. And that was like in general, which we already did. And so now we're going with you guys, like your party, like each member of your party and then each member of the opposing party. So the dogfight move, you could certainly do that on your turn, Spencer, if you wanted.
I'm gonna try and draw a bead by aiming at.
So yeah, so you name a part. So for that, yeah, name a part of crew member. Choose one of the list if you can see the list.
Yeah, I'm gonna aim at Charlie. Take out the
Charlie,
pacifist.
That's the yellow and black airplane.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. So now you're going to do the open fire move. So it's just roll plus hard, which is I assume that's what you're doing.
Yeah. So that was a 10.
10. Okay. Determine the range of the target, then inflict damage from the range chart. So I'm going to say their range. I need to look at the weapon thing here. I have a range in mind. What is the So on the weapon system card, there should be like where it says
Okay.
long, right? I believe your machine gun gets 2 hits on long range.
2 hits, 1 damage.
Yeah, so instead of like the 4 numbers for damage, it's actually 8, 6, 4, and 2. So yeah, so at long range, it's 2 hits for 4 damage. The roll you made, dang it.
So did I
let me
hit?
Review the.
I don't understand the point of rolling.
I'm sorry. I swear I looked at all these things, but then here we go. A lot of cool stuff, but okay.
Oh, no worries. There's a lot of stuff, so.
So with normal planes, there's a toughness and a max strain stat, right? The toughness is the armor, while the max strain is like how many G's in its 10th place that it can take, that it can handle. And when that's lowered to a certain amount, like lowered to 10, then your plane starts to fall apart.
Okay, so you would need to roll above whatever the toughness is then, yeah?
No, because the toughness is like the armor that gets chipped away with the damage
gotcha.
you do.
Gotcha. So you have to get through the toughness.
Yeah.
This is why I let you read the rules and then explain it to me.
Yeah. Okay, so so Oscar was aiming for Charlie in general, and so the plane takes 4 points of damage, and so that is applied to its toughness.
So I miss.
Right.
It doesn't take any damage because if I got a 10, that means that is a miss according to the open fire area, second paragraph of the open fire. And on a miss,
for some
you
reason I
shift
thought you rolled
the
higher.
range
I thought you got a...
2 to the right.
Got
So
it.
from
Okay.
long to extreme to
All right.
nothing.
Great. That's right.
So it
Yeah, it's like
misses.
damage from the range chart on the... You said second paragraph? On open and take 5?
Yeah, so determine the range of the target, then
There it
inflict
is.
damage
That's what it was.
from a range chart.
That was it. Okay.
On an 11 to 15, shift the range band 1 to the right. On a miss, shift it to the right 2. On a 20 plus, shift to the left 1.
But you kind of hear like a very loud like good grief coming from that that yellow airplane.
That was a warning
Wolfgang
shot.
or Indira?
That'll teach you to be a damn pacifist.
Yeah, I'll go next. So what do I roll?
So it depends on what you want to do.
Okay, I'm gonna draw a bead.
Draw a bead. Okay.
Measure my range. So it says roll your attack plus calm.
Yeah, roll.
So then I would open fire as my attack.
Right. Not sure what attack plus calm is doing with
I'm guessing instead of adding keen, I add calm.
Yeah, I'd guess that too.
Okay. Yeah.
So what do I roll?
Well, you for almost anything else, it'd be 2d10s.
Okay. Just making sure I'm not crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You're crazy.
That was not great. 2, 4 plus 3, 7.
7. All right. Unfortunately, that is a miss. So, by my understanding, you don't get like any sort of like advantage with your like range or anything. But you get to open fire as normal.
So now what do I do for?
So this is roll plus hard, and you spend ammo for each weapon you're firing. So you're just going to spend 1 ammo from your machine guns.
Ooh, that's a
really
nat
good.
20.
Nice.
Oh, score!
What's your hard? That's -2, so it's 18. Okay, so the effective range band is shifted to the right by 1, so instead of long, it's extreme. But that still means that you deal 2 damage. And which one? Who are you shooting at, actually?
Snoopy.
At Snoops. His name is Snoops.
You know what?
Snoops.
Come on, I didn't want to be that obvious.
You were pretty dang obvious.
Well, yeah, but anyway, so yeah, 2 damage is dealt to Snoops' plane.
Alright, and then it says that's if you rapid fire.
Yeah, if you wanted to do rapid fire,
Okay.
you could spend 1 additional ammo and take advantage, which would let you roll another dice for.
So open fire or take fire, getting a crit doesn't do anything. It's only if you rapid fire.
Well, getting a crit, like it withdraw a bead, like when you name a part or a crew member.
Oh, gotcha.
Then if you crit, that's what you hit.
Okay, good to know.
So there's that. But yeah, there you go. And what does Wolfgang do?
He is going to use the dog fight. He's going to use the dog fight ability to.
All right.
I'm going to try to bait somebody to maybe follow me to line up a shot with one of my friends.
Okay, so let's see. You're spending speed equal to your turn bleed plus speed factor. So turn bleed and.
So I see the turn bleed is 1.
Right.
The speed I have right now, spend speed equal to your turn bleed plus. I don't know what the speed factor is. At least there's nothing. I don't know if that's like a specific number that I'm just missing or.
I'm looking at that. Give me a second. It might just be like, isn't there? There is something that says just speed, right?
There's your max.
There's
speed
max
and your drop
speed,
off.
energy loss. There's just.
Oh, maybe. I think it might be either the 1s or the 10s place of your speed.
That's kind of what I was thinking too.
So
I would just say it's 2.
Oh, here we go.
But then that wouldn't really make sense if you're spending
What was the maneuver that you were doing?
dogfight.
Speed factor, here we go. As planes move faster and faster, their control characteristics change. To represent this, we use speed factor, shortened to SF on the text. Your SF is equal to the 10s place of your airspeed.
Okay, cool. So I would take 2 from my speed to use this, and then I'm going to use the bait them. So I'll roll keen plus agility.
Yep. Well, to roll plus keen plus the agility of your plane.
Which I'm guessing is... Am I just missing agility too, or...
No, I don't see agility.
Is it handling, maybe? Handling? I don't know. There's not... That's a pretty high number.
Dogfight is an oppositional move, so we compare the handling of the 2 aircraft to get an agility bonus.
Okay, perfect.
Even if there are multiple planes involved, there is a primary attacker and a primary target whose stats are used. If the PC has better handling than their foe, then even just 1 point better, their agility bonus is +1. After that, every 10 points of handling difference between the two gives an additional +1 up to a maximum of +5. This works in reverse, -1, whatever.
Well, my handling blows.
So what is your handling?
65.
Oof. Well, they're on biplanes, so their handling is sorry, who are you aiming for again?
Nobody. I'm just trying to set myself up as bait so that one of my compatriots can fly in. So I guess I'll do the Snoopy, maybe, because I know Snoopy was getting shot at.
Okay, Snoops was getting shot at. Yeah, so handling is 98. So you're already at -1. So let's see, it's 65,
so
75,
-3.
95. -4, actually. Because it starts with -1, and then every 10 after that is -1 more.
Okay, so
you roll, you add your keen, then you apply the agility.
So -4 to that. Cool. All right, here we go. Not too shabby. Keen. So 14 and then -4. So I just got a 10, so I failed probably.
I lost my place with the dog
barely
thing. Give me a second.
On 11 to 15 you did it, but only briefly. If 6, it doesn't have any. If there's a 10 plus speed difference, there's a brief window attack. The planes move apart. It doesn't look like there's anything exactly bad to it that happens. But if you are turning the tables, GM picks 2 results.
You may spend speed to increase the results by committing to the turn. Each multiple of your turn bleed spent gives +1 to your result. Gain G-force equal to the speed factor, +1 for every 10 speed spent. And you rolled, what was it, like a 10 or something?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that was a miss. So your maneuver doesn't really work because again the bomber is quite unwieldy comparatively. So trying to get in their way and bait them to attack you was kind of hard for you to do. You kind of try to swerve into their sights, but it wasn't a very graceful sort of curve. I imagine you try to get into their sights and then get away, but you weren't able to do that very well. After resolving, if there's a 10 plus speed difference between planes, there's at least a brief window to attack. The planes move apart. Also,
I have 2 turrets with observers, so can I roll 2 open fire attacks?
Right. Just 1 second. What is your speed now that you spent some of that?
My speed right now is 11.
11. They were going about as fast as you guys were, like 15. They're at 15. There isn't that much of a speed difference at this point. It does not look like there's a brief moment to attack, unfortunately.
All right, no worries.
So some of you were, you were trying to take in shots, trying to bait them and everything, and now it is the Red Baron's team's turn. What's Charlie gonna do?
He's a pacifist. He just accepts
maybe
it.
Pacifist was not quite the right term. I wanted to convey that he was like the nervous one,
baby,
while Snoops was the eager one, and then Red Baron was the leader. So, that's what I was trying to do anyway. So, Charlie is going to fly around and do the Overwatch move to help Snoops' next move. And Snoops is going to move to attack Indira.
Oh no!
So does he flip around so he's coming at her now?
Oh, right. Actually, what we'll probably have to do is there's some sort of maneuver to...
Probably dogfight.
Yeah, dogfight in general. So Snoops is going to try to turn the tables on his pursuer. And so he's going to spend speed to... Speed, so equal to turn bleed plus speed factor. So using a biplane is pretty much what you guys have. They were at he was at 15. So let's see, 1 and 5. So spending 6 speed, bringing him down to 9. And then he's going to roll daring plus agility. The speed that he's spending is equal to the turn bleed of his plane, which in this case is 1, plus his speed factor, which in this case is 5, because he was at a speed of 15. So that's a total of 6. He's spending 6 speed from 5, making his new speed 9. It also gets quite a bonus as well, because your speed is your handling is about the same. Never mind. Not much of a bonus for agility there.
What plane are they flying again?
Biplanes.
So wouldn't it be the same then?
It would be the same, yeah.
So there's no speed factor bonuses.
No bonus. Sorry, I was... Yeah.
Or agility bonus.
Right, exactly. So, they got higher than 16. They were able to move in a position so that they can turn the tables on Indira. And right now, the difference between his speed and your speed is 6, so that's not much. That's not enough of a difference.
Does he succeed?
So he did succeed. So now he's kind of like, again, so now he's being on the aggressive against Indira's plane. And finally, we have Red Baron, who's going to go, he's going to pull a bead to shoot at the bomber.
Haha, my plan worked.
As you go down in flames.
He fell for my trap card.
Well, he does yell at you, and again, like I'm justifying this with like a microphone or whatever. Plus, I think it's just funny to have this banter anyway, even if it doesn't technically make sense. Anyway, he said, "Oh, you're trying to pull that old stunt again? Well, I'll show you how the turns can table on you." And so he's going to, carefully line up a shot. What's he going to do? He's going to. Let's see. He's going to try to aim for one of your engines, and if he crits, that's what he hits.
Well, don't do that. So how about that?
Open fire. By the way, when you can take the take fire move, like when you're being shot at, you can roll and subtract your keen from that to try to dodge. Wait a minute. When you're shot at, roll minus keen, invert the stat as you dodge. I guess it's not clear to me whether you can do that, like, outside of your quote-unquote turn or whatever.
Use dogfight to get out from under the guns of another aeroplane.
There's lot that will have to be cut. Jeez.
Yes, this is very difficult rules.
Well, it's a little more freeform than we might be used to, which I think also might be part of the, like, powered by the apocalypse sort of system, which we haven't used before. So, because that system relies on the moves and things like that.
I think in general, the organization needs to be more in the way that things happen. Just a suggestion on writing that.
It might, yeah. I mean, it is good that each move starts with the trigger, like when you're shot at, or when you battle another plane for dominance, that kind of thing.
But it seems like you always draw a bead, right?
Yeah, there's no reason not to do that.
Have that be the first thing instead of other stuff.
I guess it might also depend on, like, for example, if all you want to do is, like, there's a chase thing, there's a evade danger if you're trying to swerve out. I guess if it is just a strict like dogfight situation, I guess that could probably make sense. Mm-hmm. These other air combat moves would certainly work in a dogfight, but it would also work for, like, other situations. Like, again, when you're trying to avoid hitting a mountain or a large tree or something, you could try to swerve out of the way and that kind of thing. But anyway, he rolled fairly high, and he got
doesn't hit.
It actually does hit. That's right. He's going to deal 4 damage to the bomber.
Not the bomber.
He does not crit, so there's that. So luckily it doesn't actually, like, damage one of your engines.
That's cute.
But yeah, so your toughness is now reduced by 4. But the bomber's toughness is reduced by 4.
You know, I have a toughness of 30.
You're just a little turtle flying in the air.
Well, I'm not even going to try to do one of those moves anymore. I'm just going to take beads and just shoot.
I assume that we're back to the top, right?
We are back to the top, yep.
Okay, I'm going to draw a bead, and I'm going to try and maximize the time on target, shooting at Charlie.
Okay. So instead of long, this is going to be...
So instead of long, it's going to be close. But actually, would it be possible for me to close the close to close before shooting?
Close is very, very close. That's like knife distance.
No, knife range, close range, long range, extreme range.
Sorry, close is... Wait, if you're going from long to...
To close.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Would I have to increase the speed of my plane? And if I do, I'm exceeding the max, which means I have to increase the RPM on my engine.
I don't think you have to, because if you're already long range to begin with, then you only have to move. The maximum time on target already moves it from long to close without anything else.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
13.
Oh, that's ahead though.
So.
All right. So shift the effective range band to the right, so you're back to long.
Yeah.
But so you do. I believe
Not
it's
terrible.
I believe it's 4 damage. So you were aiming for 6 damage, I'm sure, but you ended up with 4. Okay. Die! Ah! There we go. And now let's move on. So it takes that 4 damage. Now it's Wolfgang or Indira.
I guess I'm going.
Right.
So he maneuvered.
So Snoop's maneuvered in such a way so that now he's pursuing you.
Well, I want to do the same.
You want to turn the table, the turns on the turntabler?
It's going to turn the table on the table turner. Oh.
Okay.
Well, I mean, there's not much else I can do except switch targets, right?
Right, yeah.
So now I'm going to try and get behind him.
Okay, so you spend speed equal to... So this is dogfight, the dogfight move, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So spend speed equal to your turn bleed plus speed factor. So your speed factor is what? What's the...
Whatever his was.
Well, no, like your speed is 15.
What's the tens place of your airspeed?
It's a 1.
Oh, tens place. I was using...
You were cheating.
Ones place. No, I wasn't. I was just like, you spent more speed than you needed to. Never mind.
Well then in that case, that's great.
Anyway, go on, please.
So 1.
Well, you spend 2. So turn bleed is 1 plus the tens place of your speed factor.
2.
2. So you go down to 13. Okay. So what do you want to do? You want to chase? You want to make an attack? Line up a shot? Bait? Oh, turn the tables. That's what you said. Duh. Mm-hmm. Sorry. So roll and add daring, and there's no agility bonus because the handling of your planes are the same.
That is... So I had daring, so that is 16.
Okay.
Nice.
You get what you wanted. You turn the tables on Snoops, and Snoops is like, oh, no. And finally, Wolfgang.
Okay, so I am going to have one of my machine gunners blast the Red Baron.
Okay.
So I am going to draw a bead on him.
All right.
I'm going to use the... Also, how does a crit work?
So, in open/take fire... Oh.
It depends on what you're doing.
So in addition to the normal roll, you roll 1d20... Wow, we've been missing something vital with opening and taking fire. Roll 1d20 plus hits. At the same time, you roll an attack. On a 20 plus, the attack strikes a vital part, and that's called a crit. And the target gets to choose which part. So the reason why drawing a bead is useful with like naming a part or a crew member is that you get to be the one to choose. So, oh dang, yeah, we've been doing that wrong for most of this battle so far. Oops.
Okay, well, hey, it's learning experience.
Exactly. And again, like, we've read over things, but like, anyway, sorry, go ahead.
I am going to do a clustered shot.
Your mother's doing a clustered shot?
That's roll another crit dice. So I rolled and I got... So now I'm going to do my open fire. So roll plus hard. So
I spend ammo for each weapon. So 1 bit of ammo.
So I got 14 plus my keen of 3.
Plus
so 17. Keen? 17 to hit.
I thought it was roll plus hard for shooting.
Yeah, so I got a 14 for that.
Keen?
And
you said keen.
My hard is 3, sorry. Hard is 3.
Okay. So you got 14. Shift the effective...
No, I got 17.
Yeah, 17. All right, so we'll say you're at long range, so there you go. Which would normally do about 4 damage.
So 4 damage.
You do 2 hits. Like, it's 2 hits. And then what you're going to do is roll 1d20 plus hits. So add 2 to a 1d20.
So the nice thing is, since I did a cluster shot, I roll another crit dice, so I get 2.
Woo! 2 1d20s.
Which is a 15 plus 2, so that's a 17.
Okay.
I think that should...
So on a 20 plus, it's a crit.
Nope.
An unmodified 20 always strikes a member of the crew. Hits is capped at plus 10. Pass the cap for every 10 further hits. So you got a 17, so you did not get a crit there. So you do damage as normal with that.
So my question is, how do we do the hits? That part I don't understand.
So hits is what you add to the d20, right?
Yeah, but how do we get the number of hits?
Oh, so it's dependent on the weapon. So what the bomber has is submachine guns. I'm tweaking it a bit for some simplicity. I'm making it so it's pretty much like a machine gun. So at knife range, it's 4 hits, and then moving on to it's 3, then 2, then 1. And so for damage, it's 8, then 6, then 4, then 2.
Perfect. So when you roll the d20, if you roll, that doesn't determine the damage. That just determines where it hits.
It determines if you get a crit.
Okay.
Then it determines that you hit something important. And normally, the one who's getting hit with a crit chooses what, basically, there's a vital part. There's a vital part section on your dashboard.
Yeah.
On your panel, unless someone draws a bead and names the part they're aiming for, then you get to cross out one of those vital parts if you get hit with a crit.
Oh my word!
And there are certain penalties that happen with each thing that gets, basically, if something is hit with a crit, it is disabled.
I'd like to take a minute and apologize to Erica. We are killing these rules.
Yeah.
Thanks for the game.
Woo!
I do feel like we are doing our best, and it was a fairly quick turnaround between seasons. I mean, I'm not trying to make excuses here, but yeah,
it is a lot of stuff, so it's understandable.
It is a lot. Like I said, a lot of really cool things, and also we haven't played a Powered by the Apocalypse game before, so which is good. I think it's really cool to try this out. Anyway, there you go. That's what Wolfgang was trying to do, right?
Yeah, I blasted him for 4 damage.
4 damage on
the Red Baron himself.
Red Baron. Okay. All right. Now, to finish off the round, we're going to have the Red Baron's crew go. So, Red Baron gives a shout to Charlie and Snoops, and all 3 of them are each going to try to take a shot at the bomber.
Hit the fat boy!
Oh, gosh.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, so they're each going to draw a bead.
What a jerk.
Here we go.
It's okay, I can tank for you guys.
Good, because I can't take any damage.
Yeah.
Each of them are going to aim for one of the engines.
Oh my gosh, what a bunch of dingles.
Okay, so we're going to start with Charlie first.
So do they have to do anything to fly towards me? Or do they just automatically go behind me?
Well, first of all, the bomber is fairly large. And, drawing a bead is the act of carefully lining up a shot.
Yeah, but one was chasing after Indira. And then the...
But then Indira was, turning the tables on them. So, it's not they're not, total... The whole dogfight thing is not totally static, right? The dogfight move, as far as I understand, simulates a fair amount of, movement, turning, maneuvering, and things like that. You're still in generally the same, and with altitude and speed changing depending on that. But since the bomber is a larger target, I think it would be fairly easy for them to take their turns to draw a bead and then open fire.
I think they should dogfight and then fire, because I think that makes more sense.
Why do you think that makes more sense, Tyler?
Because they have to get behind my ship to shoot me.
Well, like the Red Baron we already established was above.
Oh yeah,
right?
he's totally chill. I can understand him, but the other two.
So you imagine that the fight, the dog fighting with Charlie and Snoops made them go in front of your bomber?
It's whatever. You do you. I'll just take the damage. Shoot me. Go for it. I'm going to go do the take fire roll while you're doing your fire.
So you're rolling minus keen, basically. The thing is, though, it doesn't necessarily... The take fire thing doesn't... I don't know if it necessarily says much about, like, dodging, per se. It doesn't say, like, what you do with the number, exactly.
Yeah, I don't really see anything either. So just we'll just do the shots. Just do your shots.
Here we go. So we're starting with Charlie. He rolled really low. Yeah, that's a miss right there. So Charlie misses entirely. Snoops is going next, and that is a moderate hit. So does some damage. I'm gonna roll the d20. So he got one hit. So that was not a crit at all. And now the Red Baron. Ooh, that is a natural 20 right there.
Suck it.
Well, not with the d20, but with the 2d10s.
Thank goodness.
So a 20 plus. So instead of long range, it's close range. So he's going to get 3 hits, not 2. So here we go. 20 plus 3. That is 13. So he didn't get a crit either.
Scrub.
But Snoops and the Red Baron did hit you for 6 and 4 damage, I believe. Wait, no, 6 and 4 damage. So a total of 10 against the toughness of your bomber.
I'm at half.
Half of the toughness, or half of
toughness.
Okay, I was going to say like half of max strains. That's really bad. So at this point is when the Red Baron cries out, "Hey, we can keep this going all day. We can talk about this. What do you say, huh? Okay, just like old times."
I shoot back at his face.
I was considering. I was thinking of like having this encounter like wrap up a bit here,
or we could continue it next week. I don't know what your thoughts are.
So yeah, if you guys are still determined to fight this group, then we will continue from here next time.
Dun dun dun! All right, Jared, I'm ready to do the podcast.
No, Dan, you jumped the gun again. We have to do the 30-second elevator promo first.
So there's these two guys, right? And they like to review independent films.
I'm starting to look at my smartphone, Dan.
Oh, and they both really like to go in depth with the films they review.
But do they have that juvenile charm that's hard to manufacture in a written promo?
Absolutely! And they both love taking submissions from indie filmmakers.
What do you mean, like 824?
Well, yes, but also low-budget and no-budget films. Those movie boys will review anything.
Wow, that sounds great. Where can I listen?
Anywhere, you podcast dummy!
Dun, da, 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 da.